Welcome back to my channel. It's been a while and I know I'm not posting on a normal day, but I really wanted to bring this brief tutorial on Trello to you. If you've used Trello, please comment below with any tips, tricks, or suggestions, because I know I'm not using Trello to its full ability yet, but I'm really loving what I have been able to figure out with Trello. When I first heard about it, I was very confused. You can ask quite a few people. I was binge watching videos here on YouTube. I was also PMing people kind of obsessively about it because I really wanted to like it. I love the idea and the premise of it. And so I finally feel like I've cracked a small code, but I know I'm not using it to its full ability. So if you have used Trello before, please share any tips or tricks down below. If you have not used Trello, and if any of this is confusing to you or you want to know more, please also comment below and I will do my best to do it, because probably it's going to be a question I have too. So, Anyway, I am going to go ahead and shoot to the screen capture video that I did, and I will catch you guys at the end of the video. Hello, so this is my Trello board. This is for my tutor book. I'm not worried about spoilers at all because some of this is going to change, like this Salem settled. I'm not sure they're going to be in Salem anymore. It was an idea that I played with. But what I wanted to show you is that you can use these boards for research mode and quite a few different things. So all of this board, Big Change, or card I should say, the Big Change card, Elizabeth's reign, and Edward's reign are all going to contain spoilers, but I also had research questions and I wanted to bring that up to show you kind of how I dealt with research questions. So I'm going to scroll all the way down to the beginning. So this is where I decided I was just going to start brain dumping questions that I needed to answer. What was the religious temperament at the time? Who were the key historical figures? What roles do my characters fill? What are their duties? What type of clothing? Food eaten? The house servant structure itself? Did they bathe? How did they get dressed? How were marriages arranged? How did they travel? I mean, this is very basic stuff, but it's been a while since I've read a lot of Tudor history. So some of this stuff I am not as familiar with as I should be, so I definitely needed to do it. So then I started copying links in here. So you can see this one says Books About Tudor England from Book Riot, and then here is Marriage in Tudor Times by Sarah Bryson from the Tudor Society. So I started answering these questions with links. And then I found out some interesting things, and it's kind of bunny trailed into various other ideas on how I could bring out Eleanor and the group that surrounds her. Then I had some more questions here for like entertainment. What did they do to entertain themselves? What were the fashion, food? What was the servant life like? So I just kept going and copying and pasting, and so when I get down to actually pulling ideas together to formulate my story, I've got it all here. Now, one thing I wanted to show you is you've got due dates that you can create this card for. So say I wanted to get all of these research questions answered by, let's say, July, the end of July, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and save it, and you see it puts a due date here. And if you look over here on the research question card on the side, it pops up with your due date. So it's one of the things you can see without having to open this card. Now there's also labels. So I did Eleanor, Isabel, Henry VIII, and George. These will all have to be changed. But say I want to go ahead and rename this one. Oh goodness, what should I name it? We'll just keep it Eleanor's story for now until I figure out what needs to be done, okay? So all I need to do is hit green, and it'll highlight it here, and it highlights it on the side here. Now all I have to do is just uncheck it, and it will remove it. You can also do attachments, so you can drop a link and it will attach it. You can also do links from the computer or your Google Drive or OneDrive. You can also do other links from other Trello boards. So if you've got a board that has aesthetics, or if you want to break it down that clearly, you can. And you can just link it here so that you can find it. Let's see. And see, this one I do have, gather research data, keep an open mind, and that's for June 30th. So this was my own to-do list. And it's got the date here to remind me. So I can actually go back to this one and remove the due date so that I don't confuse myself. But I'm also using it as a timeline so that I can make sure that things make sense. The other thing is you can do character cards, and you can add pictures. So this is my character aesthetic for Eleanor, and this was the inspiration for what George would look like. And you can add pictures in there, as well as any of the other information that you need. And then, let's see. Yeah, and then some other interesting things, very important topics, were that there were non-white people in Tudor times. So I want to make sure that when I write this story, that I keep it real as possible, and I don't make it all one culture, because it wasn't. So that is how I use Trello for this. I will go ahead and pop over to another board to show you some more. So here we have my large to-do list, and in it I have the to-do section, the research and more info, doing and done, and it has due dates. There can also be checklists that you can add in here. Right here is a checklist. You can name it, so add in quarterly goals, so you can title it goals. You can also copy the items from any of these other ones, but those won't be appropriate because those are for the children. So then you just type in here quarterly goals. We'll put in self-care. Write 3 times a week. That's that's not a good goal, because you would like to have more definitive, but I tend to be a little bit more flexible when I write it on here. Drink water, get sleep, read more. Actually, we'll make this read books that pertain to my genre, and so on and so forth. And then you can rearrange these to any order that you want, and once you start clicking it, you see that it puts it on the bar until you're done, and then you can delete the checklist. I've also color coordinated these so that I can see so that I have a good balance. That's what I wanted to do, as I wanted to have a balance. So we will look at the labels so you can see what my balance is. It's books in progress, drafting, house related, meals, homeschool, business, outlining, personal, social media, set aside. Set aside means I'm no longer going to do it, and it's not for me at this time. So you can also create new labels and find new colors, okay? Then you can appropriately label your card. And I really love the color coding to make sure that I'm getting enough balance in my life. And I will have to definitely update these. Yeah, make list for declutter plans. This is again where you can do a checklist. You can also add a very detailed description, and this box grows bigger the longer your description goes. which is awesome. And you can add in as many comments, you can add links, you can @ someone. So if you're sharing this card with somebody for a project, or say my husband, because it's for the house, then I can tag him to make sure that he sees the comment. You can also put in emojis, and you can add a card in here from somewhere else. It will also track your activity, and then you can also share this with somebody. So you can email this card to somebody, then you can copy it. If you archive it, that's basically halfway deleting it, is the way I figure it. It's not completely deleted, but it will take it from this board. So say you want to add another list, and I'm just going to put Joe Schmo. You can archive the list and it disappears. Okay. You can change the background with this, but I'm going to leave it this color. It's color coded for a reason. You can also filter your cards. Okay. Then you can copy the board so you can make a duplicate. And this is a good idea if you're going to be sharing the board. So if you've created a template board, which some people have, then you can make a duplicate and share the duplicate board so that other people will have an opportunity to partake of your board. Then you can also make it private. You can star it to make it important. And then you can always rename these things. And it shows you here your visibility, and it doesn't like the Safari, but whatever, it still works for me. So I go to the home, and you're going to see a lot of my boards here. Nothing spoilery. So when you star a board, it will pop up here on the top because it organizes them with different teams. So if you star a board, it puts it up here at the very top. Okay, then it keeps track of your recently viewed, your personal boards, and then any of your teams that you create. Okay, so then I also have my homeschooling here. I have housework, books to read and review. This is still in progress. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work. I may actually end up deleting that. I have meal plans, and in here, meals we like, a picture of it, and then I did a where it was from, what cookbook it was from. Then I also have important links. I have the yearly and quarterly goals, which you can see I probably need to fill them out a little bit better, but I'm still figuring out exactly how this will work for me. Right, that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, follow me, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye.